Well, hello, and thank you for joining me on another trip into the hellscape we so lovingly call Girl World. Today we're watching what I really ate to get to this size. As if she really needs to tell us. It's fast food and highly processed food. Big shock. But let's have a look.
What I ate today video. So before we get started, I have a few things I would like to say. One, every single thing that I eat is A, better, and B, less than what I
Mukbang
ate
is
to
back.
get to my heaviest at 572.4. Two, I am taking things that I learned when I did outpatient, and I'm also taking things that I'm learning from Noom, where I'm counting my calories. I'm taking everything and trying to put it all together and do what works best for me. So far, I'm actually
She's basically saying just because she's only eating 5 pounds of shit instead of 10 pounds, she's really making progress.
doing pretty good. I'm not perfect. My meals are weird and random. Like my first meal isn't even a breakfast. Third thing is, I am counting every single calorie that I am eating in the Noom app. I will not be talking about calories though, because it is triggering for me. Not in the sense of like, oh, talking about calories is triggering, but it's triggering when I sit there and I count on my calories and then people tell me I'm wrong even though I'm right. I learned how
Okay. If someone was so confident in what they were saying and what they were doing, people criticizing them, people that they don't even know, really wouldn't matter at all. Just saying.
to read a nutrition label and everything about it at the age of 10. Not many 10-year-olds can do that.
And yet you're still in your mid 30s, over 500 pounds.
10-year-olds should not be dieting, but regardless, my goal is to allow myself to eat in moderation. I'm allowed to eat what I want. I just have to stay in my calorie goal. So I actually just ordered my first meal. Yes, my first meal will be from takeout. So let's get into it. All right, guys.
Oh my God. When I was in high school in chemistry class, my teacher, who was an extremely smart man, who actually was very physically fit, we would just try to get him off topic, and sometimes we would ask him like random questions about the world and just how things work. And he would always say, a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. But for Amber, her calories matter. And 1,000 calories of what is this, Arby's, is not going to be the same for her as 1,000 calories of, lean protein, vegetables, all of that. And wasn't she just complaining the other day about her swelling? The fact that she thinks that she doesn't have to pay attention to like the macros, the sodium levels, all of that is just so aggravating.
Guys, so my first meal, I got Arby's. So this is the only thing that I literally ever get from there. I get the crinkle fries. Literally my favorite fry. And then I get the French dip sandwich, which is just bread, roast beef, and I think provolone cheese. Dropped a piece.
So that looked like a large fry. And the French dip sandwich, which is also huge, and she got a drink. I would love to know what the calories are in this. Actually, you know what? Alright, as you can see, I took a little break and went to the Arby's nutritional information. For her sandwich she's about to eat, 600 calories, 2,400 milligrams of sodium. According to Google, your daily recommended intake, the maximum should be 2,300 milligrams for an adult. Just this sandwich is over her daily limit of sodium and 54 carbs. And then for the fries, 620 calories, 730 milligrams of sodium, and 79 carbs. I don't ever, ever, ever want to hear this bitch complaining again about her swelling, about her body hurting. This is her first meal, and she's already almost at the calories and over the sodium limit for a normal, healthy adult. The audacity.
So with the French dip, you obviously get the dipping sauce. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is what it looks like.
Au
And then you
jus.
just dip it. It's honestly so freaking good. So I think what
Those
would be
knuckles.
fun is showing examples of what
Those
I'm choosing to
knuckles.
eat now versus what I would have ate in the past. In the past, I would have easily gotten 2 of the sandwiches and 2 of the fries.
Okay, that's ridiculous too. But the fact that she's patting herself on the back for only having this is exactly why she's never gonna get healthy and she's never gonna change.
Without a doubt. By the way, I did get a Diet Coke, but they did not give me a straw. That's okay. So
And that looks like a large, just further proving that that was also a large fry. Okay, glad we could verify.
I'm gonna have to drink it like this. In the past, yes, I would have gotten a Diet Coke, but I also would have gotten either a milkshake or some type of dessert. This time, I did not. So when it comes to calories and quantity, I completely cut it in half compared to how I would eat it on a day I was off track. All right, you guys, it's time for the next meal.
I'm just sitting here shaking my head because there's just no hope. There's no hope left. I mean, I gave up hoping that she would change long ago, but I mean, this is almost sad to watch if she wasn't so terrible. But
Making some chicken sausages with some veggies. So first things first, I am going to cut everything. So I'm just gonna cut it.
now, I don't plan on looking up the nutritional information for everything she's going to eat here, and I have no idea what these chicken sausages would be, but most sausages are very high in sodium, and she's eating 2 of them after having that other meal. Like, no wonder you feel like shit, and no wonder your body is swelling around you and you can't move.
In slices here. So I'm also going to have some Brussels sprouts, but I'm just gonna take some and cut off the edges and cut them a little smaller. So I'm just taking off the ends like this type of piece.
The way she's got everything laid out right here, it makes it look like she's got a decent amount of Brussels sprouts, but there's like 4.
And just make them a little smaller like that. I'm also going to be cutting up some broccoli and cauliflower. So just cutting off the stem because I don't like the texture. I like the taste. It's the texture I don't like. And then I'm also going to slice some mini peppers. Last but not least, some scallions.
Using a steak knife to cut vegetables is just everything she does is just either lazy or stupid.
Which some people call green onion. I cut the tips of both like that. I'm gonna keep them pretty big because I'm just gonna be cooking them with the rest of the veggies. I'm actually gonna have one more. All right, so I'm gonna spray some Pam. I'm just gonna add everything at once besides the green onion. For seasoning, garlic salt, black pepper, tapatio.
And God, she has to get that garlic salt in there because her sodium levels are, must be dropping at this point. She's had so little sodium today.
And some minced garlic. So I'm just gonna let this cook a bit. So I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Okay, you guys, so now I'm gonna add some corn and my green onion.
I love corn as much as the next person, but why do you have to add it to this? And the size of those green onions are just pissing me off. Like, you really are that lazy that you couldn't have just done a smaller chop.
Now I'm gonna let this all cook down. and I'll see you guys when I'm done. All right, you guys, so it is complete. I also have some cottage cheese and a little bit of mustard on the side. That's
Once
so
again,
good.
using
I love
plastic
a bunch of
fork.
veggies just cooked together. I'm also drinking water, which this is my second water for the day. So right now I'm eating chicken sausage, veggies, and cottage cheese. What would I have if I wasn't on track? I already know. Cheesecake Factory. So what I would get from there would be their artichoke crab dip, which comes with like these little hard bread things that you like.
Orange chicken? Are you gonna say orange chicken? Does she think that anybody watching this is brand new? It's been a running joke in Girl World for years now. But thank you, Amber. Thank you for breaking it down of what you would be eating instead, because you can't just be a normal person and eat this meal and shut up.
Dip in the crab dip. And then I would also get the fried macaroni and cheese. And then for my actual meal, I would get the fried Korean chicken, which comes with rice. A little.
You lying ass bitch. Has she finally turned her back on the famed orange chicken? Oh my god.
Little bit of veggies. It's really good. And I know for sure for dessert, I would get Ben and Jerry. If you don't know what Ben and Jerry is, which I'm sure everyone does, it is like a pint of ice cream. Do keep in mind, I would order all of these things, but I wouldn't eat every single last bit of it.
Who the hell eats at Cheesecake Factory and doesn't get a cheesecake? Amber. Amber. Every possible wrong choice, yes.
Even when I was off track, I'm the type of person who likes to have stuff of a lot of different things. I am very wasteful with food, and I know that's like a very, very, very bad habit and a habit that I feel guilty about.
Like
so I would have half
leftovers.
of the fried macaroni and cheese. I would have half of the crab dip. I would have half of my actual meal, but I would eat the full Ben and Jerry for sure.
What she's describing, um, a lot of the things on the cheesecake menu are very high in calorie. And she's describing a lot of fried items. Is it any wonder that she is this size? Because she, I'm sure, would eat that regularly. What most of us would consider like a treat or a special occasion, that's just like her normal Tuesday.
Choosing this and cooking this at home, which is literally just a ton of veggies and some protein, genuinely is such a drastic change. So I'm gonna finish this. There's actually a vlog clip I want to film because I want to talk about something, so I'm gonna go do that. All right, it is time for my next meal. If I was off track right now, I'd be having like a ramen, some chips. I always need something sweet when I'm off track after I eat anything salty, and one candy bar isn't enough for me during.
She keeps saying when I'm off track. She keeps saying when I'm off track. Amber, your entire life is you being off track. And every once in a while, you might try to stick to some kind of healthy eating plan. But for her to act like, oh, well, when I'm off track, that's your life. Quit acting like you're just dipping your toes in eating like shit. No, that is how you normally live every day. So let's live in reality for once.
In those moments. So I'd probably have like a Heath bar and a Snickers. But since I'm on track, I'm having a Diet Coke and an Amy's Pesto TV dinner. So it's just one of these. It's the pesto tortellinis. These are
All that sodium and not a drop of water in sight. It's almost comical. It's almost comical.
so freaking good. This is one of my favorite Amy's TV dinners, so highly, highly recommend. All right, you guys, so I'm about to have a snack. So keep in mind that I do eat similar things, whether I'm off track or on track, but it's about the quantity. So when I'm off track, I order a lot of takeout. When I'm on track, I order less. When I'm off track, I eat a lot of sweets. And when I'm on track, I eat less. I have a massive sweet tooth. I learned in outpatient and through multiple dietitians I've had in my life, I need to allow myself to still eat these things, because if I don't, I'm never going to succeed. Because
And of course, it's a king size. The amount of food that she has already eaten today is staggering to me. And I'm not just saying that to be like, oh my God, Amber. It's a lot. Like, how is she still hungry other than the fact that she is a food addict? And here she is rationalizing her choices.
by telling myself, no, I can't have that, it makes me want it more. And when I want it more and I keep depriving, that is when I'll have 3 of these at once instead of just one. So it's just a little almond joy. If you guys have never had one, it is coconut with almonds on the inside and chocolate on the outside.
How is a king size candy bar a little almond joy to her? Like, if she had one of those fun size that was like the size of a quarter with like a single almond on it, you could say, here's a little almond joy I'm gonna have for a snack or as a treat. Oh my God.
So what I would be eating now instead of this would probably be like a massive bowl of Fruity Pebbles. All right, you guys, so I am done eating, but I want to do something I've never done before. As you guys saw, I mentioned everything that I ate today versus everything that I would eat on a day where I'm off track. Here is everything that I ate today. And now I'm going to pop up over here everything that I ate on a day where I am off track. So the reason
So is this just like, let's live in fantasy world? Because is this a real day of things that she ate, or she's just saying, this is what I would have eaten? Said it before, I'll say it again. The mental gymnastics that she goes through on a single day. It's no wonder she's so lazy, because she must be exhausted just from that. Like, you still ate like shit today, and you're gonna sit there and pat yourself on the back because you didn't eat double that.
reason why I chose to do this is because in my last Let's Talk, someone said, show us what you really eat. And I've been hearing this my whole YouTube career. Amberlynn, you're fat for a reason. Why are you only doing these what I ate today videos when you're eating like a normal person? I just want to say I have in the past done off-track videos, but they do not make me feel good. They make me feel horrific. I don't see the point in it. Doing on-track,
Because you're having to be honest with your audience, and I still don't think that she is being honest with us now or any what I ate today videos. I 100% believe there was other things she was eating that she wasn't recording, and Beck even said as much. Like, yeah, she would turn off the camera and then there was other things eaten in the day. I mean, what she's eaten today is still in itself a staggering amount of calories and sodium and everything else. But yeah, it's crazy to me. Oh, she's gonna sit here and act like she did so well.
what I ate today videos, it's like a continuous reminder through the day of like, Amberlynn, stay on track. And it feels good. So filming off-track videos feels bad. Filming on-track videos feels good. So I'm not eating anything else for the rest of the night, but I also would have ate chips, salami, probably an ice cream bar. So that's why that is added on the off-track day. Is every single day like that on the off-track day? No. But there are a large quantity of days that do look like that. I want to be as transparent as possible, so I thought doing something like this would show transparency. Not only that, but it shows like really big improvement. I know people see me eat Arby's and they saw me eat candy today and they're probably like, girl, like, how is that on track? Showing what I ate today versus what I eat off track shows like, oh wow, she actually did make a really big adjustment to her day. So anyways,
Which is still so ignorant and dangerous for someone in her position. Giving yourself the excuse to still eat these things because it's not as much as what you did before. It's just stupid.
let's just get into food for thought. If you had to improve one thing about today's food intake, what would it be? I look at my day and I don't see anything that I wanted to improve on. I feel like I did really good, but if I had to choose, I would have had Arby's for dinner and I would have woken up and had like a normal, good, decent breakfast. Was there a moment today that you were about to fall off track, but you stopped yourself? There were a couple where I was like, oh, I should just order again for the day. And I have those thoughts frequently, but I've gotten a lot better at saying no. And I was successful in that.
Imagine if for like a week, instead of every time she ordered takeout, she donated that money to like an animal shelter or a homeless shelter. Never happened, but it would be nice.
Ordered my one takeout and that was that. Do you consider today a successful day for you? No one else, just you. Why or why not? I do. And I think me talking more about, okay, so this is an on track day versus this was what I would do if it was an off track day, it made me realize that more and more. Because sometimes I can beat myself up thinking, oh my God, I had candy, or oh my God, I had Arby's. But like, girl, you need to stay in moderation lane because you'll fail if you don't. Again, I don't want to repeat myself, but there's a science behind it. It's like the more you say no, do not have something, the more you want it. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one.
My God. Moderation would have maybe been eating half that sandwich and getting a small fry and a small soda. And then maybe eating one piece of that candy, not all four. I mean, is she really this delusional? Or she just is this eager to feed into her addictions? I don't know. This video just kind of solidifies, for me anyway, that she thinks she's doing so well, but that's Amber's version of reality, which I guess we should all be used to by now. All that sodium, not a drop to drink of water, and just high calorie foods, and saying, good job, Amber. You did so good today. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.